tell people if you do have good personal credit, we can get you business credit attached to your personal. Once we start building up your business credit, then we can start separating and getting accounts that do not report to your personal.
What is it? Knowledge is
power. Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
I want to give a special, shout out to Red Carpet and also for the great team that they have over here at TMP Studios.
It's TMP Empire.
Hi y'all, I am Anna, the owner and founder of Red Carpet District. We are here at TMP Empire Studios to introduce our special guest who will be talking about business, credit, and funding. I will leave the floor for Marlon, who will give you more details on how all that works. Hi Marlon, how are you?
I'm doing great. First of all, thank you for the invitation. It's an honor to be here at Red Carpet with the TMP studio team doing the podcast. So for me, like I say, very thank you for being here, grateful. And talk about, business credit, how new entrepreneurs or like seasoned business owners can get their business established to get access to capital and funding to grow their business. So thank you for the opportunity.
An honor to have you as well. Definitely. Looking forward to hear lots of great kind of guidance. It's more like guidance, right, on how can you establish these kind of fundings that really can help you elevate your business in some sort of way. So again, I'm gonna, probably let you introduce really more details on how that works, and then maybe go into some questions later.
For sure. Yeah. So with business credit and personal credit in general, I've been doing this for in 2017. Okay. So it's been 8 years now, helping consumers, regular day-to-day people that are trying to buy houses, get, buy a car, get credit card, things like that, how to establish their credit, right? Increase their credit score. Okay. Also, how to get rid of debt. A lot of people don't know that.
That's a big one. Yeah.
They have collections, utility bills under their name, credit cards are passed to. People go through things, right? So it's we give them the second chance to get access to credit once again and start building wealth. I truly believe that credit give you access to wealth.
I do. I agree.
I tell people it's really hard in this country, in America, to just buy a house cash. How are you going to really buy a house, save up $500,000 to just buy a house?
You got to be saving since you're 2 years old, right?
That's not going to happen, trust me. So you really need credit. And now even to rent an apartment now, they can ask you for credit. So that's why my passion started developing on helping people with that topic, because it's one thing too that they don't teach you at school. At all. Yeah. I've been in America now from 14 years. I'm originally from the Dominican
I was just going to ask. Okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from the Dominican Republic. Been here for 14 years. I went to college here. I graduated from business administration. And I'm telling you, they never told me about the credit system here. So it's something that you have to do it yourself, basically. You have to auto-educate, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot. Self-educate yourself, yeah.
To do that. So that's why when I learned that, I was like, imagine how many people is going through the same things that I went through. For sure. When I was new. So yeah, that's why.
I am one to speak on that. I'll tell you, creating a business is so easier said than done, in a sense that, I come from corporate companies that I've worked for, and I always said, I'm going to have my own business. I'm not going to work that 9 to 5 for everybody. It is not an easy kind of task to really build. You need that support. People like you really, can help people like myself who are struggling with really knowing the gaps, because it's about gaps, right? Those gaps, they're not taught to us because it's intentional. Government doesn't want everybody to be rich. There's only a selective few.
They don't want people to progress.
Right? Only
to get assets, like I say, get establish businesses, buy real estate.
Right.
They don't really want you to know how to access that.
that general wealth word.
Right,
I
right,
love
right.
general wealth, and that's, a lot of people want to be there, and it's just getting that guidance. I think I'm gonna start off with some questions
Definitely.
that we've, gotten from, the people out there, the common
Right.
questions. And don't mind me, I'm gonna kind of go over my phone
No, for
because
sure, for sure, for sure.
I dotted these down and try to save them where I could at least remember a few. But I'm gonna start off with one. This is probably one of the main ones, right? What is business credit and how is it different from personal credit?
I think that's a great question
Yeah,
because a lot of people think it's the same.
right.
And what happened is this, right? In America, you have a social security number, right? The 9-digit number.
Correct.
So that's represent you as a consumer. So you can build credit attached to that social. But here it is, business credit. When you register a business, like a legit business, I'm talking about LLC,
LLC, Corp.
S corporation, or like a partnership, or
Right.
C corporation. Now you got something called tax ID. And that's
Okay.
another 9-digit number that is attached to your business. It's different from your social.
Right, right.
So now here's the thing. With that tax ID, you can create credit for that alone. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that they have to use their social
Personal.
for the business, and something happens, right? Because business owners, entrepreneurs, we're risk takers, right? We know we don't
Definitely.
play it safe over here. We've
No,
been taking out
no.
loans,
Yeah.
and then
Borrowing here,
borrowing
there,
money
taking
from
cards
friends,
here.
family, mama, daddy, from everybody,
Yeah.
just because we believe in a vision and wanna see it,
You're
come to
so
pass, right?
right.
So because we are risk takers, we risk the personal credit for the business if something
Yeah.
happens to the business, because a lot of businesses fail too. So then your personal life, personal credit is destroyed. People be losing houses,
Wow.
cars,
Yeah.
everything, just because they wanted to take a risk in a business. So I teach people, listen, you can create credit under your business alone. That way
Okay.
you don't risk your
Your
personal
personal.
credit. Something happens, you never
You're,
know,
you're
right?
done. More with
Then
rent
the business has its own
path, his own path.
right.
Right.
Something
Yep.
happens is the business, but I still keep my houses, my cars, and everything that I have under my name. So
Okay.
that's the difference between. It's like you can create business credit alone for the business,
Yeah.
and then personal credit. So
Okay.
that's the main difference right there.
That's really important. Like myself, I didn't know those brackets. I didn't know how to break that down.
Right.
And becoming a business owner with an LLC, that's when legitimacy, right?
Right.
Things
Right.
really become legit now. So it's kind of having that understanding on how to separate the two.
Right.
Appreciate that
Exactly.
introduction.
No, definitely,
Good
definitely.
to know. Another one is, how can I start building credit for my company
For your
from
company.
scratch? So standing on how to separate.
That's a good one. So now we're getting into the how, right? So now I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving out some game over
I'm
here.
trying to get there.
Giving the free coaching here. No, but for real. So
Yeah, we appreciate
you
it.
start with having the proper structure, right? Some people want to do business credit under something called sole proprietorship. I don't know if you
I've
know
heard
that,
that.
right? That
Yeah.
meaning is just like going to the city hall and then they think they have a legit business. No,
Mm,
create the LLC, create
okay.
the S corporation where you
Right.
have your own tax ID, right? And then once you have that, you need a business address, you need a website, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
doing business like back in the 50s where the bankers go to your business and wanted to know and, hey, check
Yeah.
your hand of the business owner. We know in that age no more, right?
Okay.
Now, banks nowadays, what do? They Google you to make sure that you have a Google profile, to make sure that you have a website. So you need like a online presence, right?
Okay.
And then a
Okay.
business phone number. And then after you do that, then you can start applying for things like, for example, like credit cards under the business only, or like other vendors that we can get more into details later that
Okay.
can give you access to business credit. But don't do it without the proper structure.
I like that. Oh, that's so important.
Right.
It's already given me like,
Making
oh,
you
like
think, probably analyze,
I'm on,
man, I
oh,
gotta
no.
fix this.
I'm like, oh, I could do that. Okay, I'm gonna be calling
Right.
you shortly after this
Definitely.
podcast. The other one is, do I need an LLC or corporation to establish business credit. You pretty much just broke that down in a sense, right?
Right. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't do it like I said. Don't do it under a sole proprietorship. It's too risky.
Okay.
What happens is when you do it like that, you risk. It's like doing it under your social. That's
Right.
it. Like you're
Yeah.
risking all your personal assets. Remember, what you want with doing a business is separation.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
This is you, and this is your business.
Right.
Now, something legally happens. You get a client sue you for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Your business. Anything can happen. Right?
Anything, yeah.
Then they cannot come under your personal
Assets.
because now there's a separation in between. No, the business is this is my stuff. So sole proprietorship doesn't provide you with a legal protection. So that's why I tell people
Okay.
either do a LLC
Okay.
or better a corporation. Corp.
Really quickly, I'll touch on that corporation part because I've had people ask about it, and I get confused. Corporation, why the legitimacy, and the difference between LLC and corp?
LLC, if you actually define it, right? LLC is limited liability company.
Right.
LLC is more popular when it comes to registering business.
Okay.
For the reason, to be honest, I don't know why. Just people go LLC. But if you think about it too, it's a limited liability. It still has liability. It's just that it's limited. So that's why I tell people it depends on the amount of liability you want to have. I would do a corp. If you don't want many liabilities, you can just do a S corporation.
Okay,
right?
Makes sense.
And then also one of the big differences too is like corporations, you can actually make it like even bring it to the public, like a stock market and things like that.
Oh, really?
LLCs usually don't. So, but to be honest, on the registration of business and things like that, an accountant can probably give you more information on it.
Okay.
What I'm more educated is on how to establish credit for those entities. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you for that one. Here's a good one. What business credit bureau exists and how do they report information? So, for example, anything in Dun and Bradstreet.
Right. For example, yeah. So that's a great question too. So in the personal credit, you have Experian, the main three, right?
The main
nationwide
three.
is like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, right?
Right.
So when it comes to business, you have Experian Business, right? And they give you a score. You have Dun and Bradstreet,
right?
And then you have Equifax. Those are all like the main three.
The main ones, yeah.
In the business world, you don't have TransUnion. It's not really popular when it comes to business credit.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so that's why you have, in the same way that you build credit for your personal, like opening accounts and things like that, you got to also do it for the business. That way you can, build that payment history.
Okay. What is a DUNS number and why do I need it?
Right. The DUNS number is very important. It's Dun and Bradstreet, which is the agency that I just mentioned, right? Is one of the most common ones when it comes to business. So the DUNS number, it comes from that agency. It's a free number they give you in order to build credit with that particular agency. But it doesn't only help you with that. It also help you. I don't know if you heard about government contracting.
I have.
You can sell as a business owner, a small business, you can sell your services or products to the government. But in order to do that, you need a DUNS number too. You can.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, you can sell to the government. A lot of people do business with the government. Imagine.
Wow.
It's the best thing to do, right?
Right, why not?
They're going to pay you. They got the money, right?
They got it. That's money guaranteed.
That's the best client you can get,
Yeah.
So in order to register yourself to sell your services or products to the government, you need a DUNS number too. They're going to require that. So it also open that door. So that's why it's key,
Information, know you. Whoa. I love this. This is so important for those who really that growth, who want to see themselves be elevated. You want to elevate. These are the things that are so important to know more when we're trying to be entrepreneurs, doing our own thing. You definitely want to have these contacts to get more knowledge.
Yeah, because I truly believe that, we as, immigrants, Latinos, Hispanic, when we come to this country, we create businesses, but sometimes instead of creating a business, we create a job for ourselves.
You're right.
Let me break that down.
Yes.
It's like Now it's like you go from working 9 to 5, right?
Which I still do.
On the which is fine,
Yeah.
it's fine to it's a jump start, right?
Right.
And then you have this business you want to do. Then you go from working 9 to 5 to working what 9 to 9.
9 to 9.
Right, and probably
Yeah.
not getting paid the same, probably less.
Less.
So now you just create a job with overtime and less pay. Like what the hell, right?
Where are we winning?
Why? Because we don't have this information. We don't know
Yes.
how to access money
Yeah.
to make that money grow the business, either for like hiring employees that can do the work for us, that way we
Yes.
can get a little more time freedom back,
Yeah.
and have the business run on its own. But how you gonna, bootstrap that business when you don't got that much money and you don't know how to get access to capital? So this is the information that we got to release. We got to definitely put it out there so people can be like, wow, I didn't really know I can do that.
I agree. I agree. More. What is it? Knowledge is
Power. Yeah.
knowledge is power. So
Yeah.
Another good one. How does my personal credit affect my company's credit?
And that's good. That's pretty good too. I tell people, listen, when you're starting a new business, right? Like you only been in business, let's say 3 to 6 months, your personal credit is gonna be like vital. It's gonna be like even the life of your business at that time, right?
Wow, yeah.
Why? Because banks, they know, right? They can go to Google and see that you registered the business 3 months ago. Even if you put on the application, if you put on the application, I've been in business for 5 years now. You haven't been in business. They can see that, right?
Wow. Okay.
Because of that, they say, hey, you know what? Okay, I see that you're new in business, right?
Right.
That's a lot of risk for the banks, right? So what they do is like they look at your personal credit. Let's see how Anna's personal credit is. She's the owner. If she's good, that payment behavior of your personal credit tells me that I can trust you to give money to your business.
I didn't know that.
You know what I mean? It is.
I didn't even think about
it. It
never
the business don't have a credit file yet because it's too
Right,
new,
it's too
right?
new.
It's too
Yeah,
new
but
to
yeah.
do it. So what do? They dive deeper into the business owner now. Okay, let's see how she pay the bill. If they go into your personal credit and they see a mess there, they can tell that's a sign for them that mess can translate into your business.
Makes sense.
Because you might not even know how to manage the business, so they start denying applications, right? So I tell people, if you do have good good personal credit,
Okay.
we can get you business credit attached to your personal. Once we start building up your business credit, then we can start separating and getting accounts that do not report to your personal. But in the meantime, we can use as a personal business owner as a guarantor for the business. Make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. So basically, it's you're piggybacking off your personal right now, just like a test drive, and then if you show those.
And the good things about those type of funding too, like for example, some business credit cards. One of them is Chase, right?
Oh,
Chase. If you have like a good Experian, the
Experian report,
a good personal credit on Experian, they're gonna pull your personal, right, for a business credit card. But once they approve it, they won't report to your personal credit. Make sense? So they only pull it to see, I was saying, right?
Yeah.
To see how you pay your things on time. But once they do, okay, you got approved, let's say I seen people getting approved for even 50K. I got a client a couple weeks ago that got 50K on his business. The business was new. And he was able, because he got good personal credit, he was able to get 50K on Chase, right?
Wow.
And that at 50K is not showing
as a loan.
It's not showing as a loan on the personal. Now it's building what?
His own business credit.
But why? Because he got good personal credit.
Right.
So answering the question is definitely
a plus, a bonus.
Affects the business. If you gotta know how to manage your personal. So I tell people, I tell business owners,
know that.
Start with your personal credit.
Start with your personal credit.
Start there.
You got to take that advice, because I did not know that. For sure, I did not know that. Next one is what type of accounts help build business credit? Like those net 30s, business credit cards.
So you have net 30 accounts. Usually those they won't require too much personal credit for
Okay.
those ones, because those ones are like vendors. For example, you have, let me give you one.
Yeah.
Staples, for example. Staples can give you a net 30 account. Net 30 stands for, like, you can buy the product, right? Let's say you purchase $200 in Staples. They
Okay.
give you the products, and then you got 30 days to pay for that. That's where the net 30
Oh.
comes from. You got net 30,
Okay.
sometimes they give you net 60, net 90, but usually when you're starting out, it's net 30.
Okay.
So there's a few vendors out there that you can get net 30 accounts to start, even if your personal credit is not the best.
Okay.
And then they give you access to like a 2,000 credit,
Credit.
right? That
Yeah.
you can
Limit.
use, but the thing is, like, you can only use that on their store. That's why it's limited. But you got to start somewhere.
But
That's why
it helps
it's
you
good.
build
It
the
help you.
credit. It helps you build.
I can give out a few names that people can start with net 30 accounts. So you start like that. You start with
Okay.
probably like 3 to 5 on those. You got to
Oh,
make
wow.
sure that those accounts do report
To the
to the
bureau.
bureaus. If they don't
Yeah.
report, don't take it. Because
What's the sense? Okay.
So once they report, then you're gonna see your credit score, business credit score, going up.
Rising.
And
Yeah.
then you can start getting things like credit card, like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, because those are the
Those are the
ones that
big
we want to
ones.
get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although you can use that anywhere, right?
Okay.
But you got to start somewhere. So you
Right.
got net 30 accounts, you got business credit card, you got business loans. So those are the type of credit you can get.
All right. Awesome information. We appreciate you. So how long does it take to build a strong business credit profile? That's a good one.
Yeah,
I
very
always
good
wanted
one.
to know that one from.
Starting with the net 30 accounts, I would say 90 to 120 days.
Oh,
Because it
okay.
can take about that time.
3 months to like 6
report.
months.
Yeah, like 3 to 6 months
Okay.
to get a score, right? So remember I mentioned Dun and Bradstreet,
Right.
Experian, and Equifax on the business side. So in the Dun and Bradstreet side, they call it Paydex score. That's like the name of the score, Paydex. So if you have in order to be like a 80 Paydex score, which is a good one, it can take 90 to like 3 to 4 months.
It's actually not that bad
3 to 4 months to like get you going.
Okay.
But then to like a solid file where you have like 10 or more accounts,
Yeah.
I would say a year or more.
Still not bad.
Not bad
That's
at all.
still
That's what
not
I'm saying.
bad.
Those things take too long, but people don't do it. Why they don't do it? Because they don't know. They
'Cause
just don't know.
if you don't know, you don't know. If
You don't know.
you don't know.
That's it.
That's why we got people like you now.
You're right.
That's gonna give us this information and guide us, to really get to that elevating level.
For sure.
How can I get funding without personal guarantee?
Without personal guarantee,
Yeah.
it can be through the net 30 accounts, right?
Okay,
Those ones
yeah.
usually don't require too much personal credit. And there's a few names on there too that might give you business funding if the business owner really need it. That is only based on money, on cash flow, I mean, right?
Okay.
So for example, there is a funding that I provide to people through a company I work for that is based on your bank statements, right?
Right.
So for example, if some people don't have the best credit, right? Some people don't have good personal credit, they don't have the business credit, but they do generate money though. So
Okay,
for example,
true.
stores like business owners like let's say like a bodega, right?
Okay, that's like
they
a
have
convenience
a lot of cash
store.
flow, right? Convenience store. They have like a lot of cash flow coming in. They might be making even 50K a month,
usually
70K a month.
Yeah.
But probably the business owner don't have good credit. So what they do is like, okay, I see that you generate money.
Okay.
So send me the last 3 to 6 months of your bank statements to see how you manage all that money coming in. If they see good management of that money, they can lend you.
Oh,
They can
good
I mean, it
information.
won't be, here's the thing. It won't be the best terms. You might have to pay
Okay.
back daily, weekly, high interest rates.
Right, I was gonna
Well,
say
that's
the
like for
interest
an
rate.
emergency money, right? I don't really recommend it. That's why I tell people build your credit,
Right.
right? But if you need some money, some people need some money, right? So people need some money quick. So
yeah.
that's a good way to get funding.
Okay. Didn't even know that one either. So really good information again. Lastly, how can I monitor or check my company's credit score?
Right. A company that I love to use, I use it for all my businesses, is NAF. M as a Nancy, AV, and V as a Victor.
Nav.
Nav, just like that. You
Okay,
can
like
Google it.
navigation.
Right,
NAV.
or just the A and B, Nav. You pay them a subscription. They do have a free one, but I like to pay the subscription because that payment bill, it reports as a trade line to your business credit, so they bill your credit with that subscription. And they also give you like a business debit card, like a physical card that you attach your business checking account.
Yeah.
You attach it to that card, and now it has a limit. That business card, let's say $100, $500, and you can every transaction that you made with that NAF business debit card reports.
So it's building your credit.
Building your credit.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's the one that I love to use. Actually, I'm gonna send you the link as well.
Please do. I need that, definitely.
Very good to build your business credit. And they give you the scores. They give you your Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax. They give it to you.
Oh, they give you the whole breakdown.
That way you can track it. Because once you're building something, you gotta
keep tracking it so you know where you're at.
Right.
I'm not a good tracker, so I need to get on that. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely need that. They have an app too. They have a great app.
Really?
Like Experian app or like Credit Karma.
Okay.
Just like that. You see it. Okay, I see my business credit going up. And then they once they see it going up, they even give you recommendations like, oh, now you can apply for this, you can apply for that.
Credit Karma does that. Yeah. What do you think about Credit Karma?
I mean, that's a great question. Credit Karma is good. It's free app. Give you some knowledge and education there. The only thing is like the score that they give you is not FICO. So I tell people, it's not, people be saying, I see my Credit Karma is 700 and then my bank pulled the credit was 500. What's going on here? What happened is, it's not that it's fake. It's just that it uses another algorithm to calculate your credit score. It's called Vantage Score.
Vantage Score.
So you have two different companies. You have the Vantage Score and the FICO. What happened is 90% of the banks, because the FICO is being used for so many years now, they kind of like lead the market when it comes to credit scoring. They've been leading the market for so many years now. Yeah. So now the banks, they trust the FICO. They don't put Vantage. Vantage is like another way, a model that they're trying to create to compete with FICO.
To make it official, so
it's been in the market for too long, so they didn't really compete like that. So banks is still using FICO.
Right.
So that's the thing. But Credit Karma, you can use it, at least to kind of like monitor your report. And things like that. So, I mean, it's fine. People can have it. Just know that that's not your actual FICO score.
Now, in regards to that app, there's like, I get a lot of notifications saying like, oh, this is your limit. It gives you a limit of buying, like the power of being able to purchase a home. Right. It also provides like insurance. But I'll tell you, recommendations like lower costs or whatnot.
I will touch into that. Here's the thing, and Credit Karma actually got sued for something like that. Because here's the thing with Credit Karma. It's a free app. So the business model that they use is based on affiliates, right? So I provide you with a free information, but then I'm partnered up with all these banks, right? That based on your credit profile, I can start recommending you credit cards, insurance.
All right. Yep, which is what they do.
And then if you do apply through them, they get a cut. But what happened is now they have a disclaimer now saying, oh, Credit Karma is gonna get paid if you do apply for this. Now they have to put it on it because they got sued. People were trusting those recommendations, and not getting approved, and people were like, why are you giving me this recommendation? Because every time you apply, it brings your scores down because you get a higher inquiry.
Right.
So people applying for stuff based on Credit Karma recommendations, scores going down, people getting mad. I'm like, I'm not getting the loans. You're saying I can have it. I'm not getting it. I'm suing you. And after that sue, they said they type it in the disclaimer.
Oh wow!
If you do
as
apply,
they should,
I'm gonna get a cut.
As they should, because I see all those notifications. I'm like, is this real? Is this true? Should I apply?
Yeah, all those banks and things, they have partnered up with them. So if you do it through them, through Credit Karma, they get their cut. Okay, that's a good one. They got to make money somehow.
Uncle Sam always wants that extra penny, literally.
They gotta make that money.
But awesome information. We appreciate you even giving us the space and TMP for allowing us to have
It's a great
this.
spray. I'm telling you, I'm honored to be here. Hopefully, it's not the only time
It is not
that
going
I'm
to
here
be.
because we got a lot of more stuff to like dive in, talk about business knowledge in general, even
Yeah.
some real estate in there. I do some flips here and there. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'm
a lot of
looking to
things
get
talk
into
about.
real estate, so I definitely would love to have you back and kind of break that down as well.
Down, for sure.
Because that's a big one too. You have a lot of young. I mean, my son's been trying to get into a home with his family, and he doesn't have all the tools, that I think he needs.
A quick breakdown on that, right? I would suggest for
Yeah.
anybody having like a 18, 20, 21-year-old in their house, I like do this. If your son or daughter don't have any credit,
Yeah,
make sure they piggyback on your credit, right? Put it on your credit card,
very
things
important
like
one.
that, so that way their credit score go like 700 plus, right?
Yeah,
Once they have that, all they need is 2 years of employment. Literally, that's all they need. If they work in full time for 2 years, that's what the bank is going to require. At least 2 years of
Okay.
employment, right? And then, okay, now I have the employment, I have the
Yep.
credit. Okay, I don't have the down payment. Where there's down payment assistance out there, you can get money from like the state. If you're buying in Massachusetts, for example,
Funding.
some cities they give you down payment assistance. Sometimes
Yeah.
up to 50K that can cover like your down payment and closing costs. I seen people buying houses with like 5,000. I got a client that bought a house like 2 months ago. All she came out was 7,000. In Methuman, yeah, she bought a house in Methuman with $7,000.
The Steve put 7,000
Yeah,
down
that's
for
all
the
she
house.
put. That's all she put.
Was she a brand new home buyer? Was it
Yeah,
her first one?
buyer.
First time buyer?
First time buyer, and then first time buyer, you can use the program FHA that you only
FHA, yep, I've heard of that.
3% down payment, and that 3% you can get assistance for that 3%. That's what happened with her. She got like 30K that will cover the down payment and closing costs, and she only brought like I'm telling you $7,000. She got into a home.
I've struggled with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've literally been trying for the past like 6 years, and I've had like what they call my how you have more there's a name for it. Like you have you have like more debt than
More debt than income.
income. So your income ratio
right
doesn't allow you.
Let's touch that. So
Yeah.
the banks look at when you're buying a house DTI. Usually for also not only for a mortgage but also for like a
car. Yeah.
credit card. They look at your DTI. What that means is that
DTI, yep.
if you got too much debt compared to your income, you can get denied. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. It's
Yeah.
not complicated. First, if you're paying, let's say, 5,000 a month on credit,
Yeah.
either on all the loans, right?
Loans, yeah.
You're only making like 7,000. Your DTI is way too high. So I'd say a lot of people get denied on houses is because they got car loans. That's a killer.
That was my killer. It's been my
for
killer.
wealth. People be paying, especially nowadays, they be paying 800. I seen people paying 1,200 a month.
Yeah, it's
Just on
crazy.
financing. So I tell people, don't buy the car first. Buy the house. Buy the house, and then the house will give you no one car will give you many cars.
Yeah, that's where I failed. I've always went for the car.
So
yeah.
people want to finance a car, things like that. If you can, drive a used car for a couple of years until you get a house, do it, and then you'll get all those good things, but sacrifice.
I did it backwards. See, and I bet a lot of us have done it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the house first.
Buy the house first.
The house is gonna give you all the other luxuries with it. So don't forget that.
Either buy the house or open that business first. Open that, but don't think too much about yourself first. Let the business and the house start giving you cash flow, and then from that cash flow, you can, from the profits, you can
Let's talk about that really quick.
Go ahead.
So business. So now that we have an LLC, right?
Right.
And I want to say, okay, now I want to get into the house. How would that work?
Great. That's a very good question, huh? I like that.
I'm full of good questions.
So I would say that's a good question.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people, when they start the business, sometimes they start what is called mingling funds, right? Now they got the business checking account, right? And it's a new business.
Yeah.
So they good at the business, but they know good at managing the finances and everything, right? So it started happening that they use that business checking accounts, debit card to
Yeah.
make personal
Purchase it.
purchases, to
Oh,
buy
no.
clothes, grocery. No, you gotta separate those two. And I would suggest too that you pay yourself from the business, get on payroll, right? You can put on
Okay.
payroll as a manager. You can
Okay.
say that you are manager, sales manager, or you are salesman or woman of the
Project.
business,
Okay.
right?
Right.
I don't say that you're the owner because they know that too. Like the banks, when you're sending a credit application, don't put owner, put like manager or that you're an employee of your own business. Really,
Right.
that's
I
what
am.
you are.
Yeah.
Exactly, and saying so you get yourself on payroll. So now
Okay.
you can get yourself on W-2 and you get a W-2 from your business. I have one of my
Oh,
business
I need you
pays
to
me
help
every
me do
week.
that,
Pays me
Marlon.
every week direct deposit. That's how I have it. I have it with a company called ADP, and they every Thursday from my business checking. That's it. All they do from my business checking, they direct deposit into my personal checking. But now I'm creating a W-2. If
Okay.
I'm applying for a house, if I'm applying for a car under my personal name, that's what I show my W-2. Listen, this is me. This is what I make.
Okay.
That's
Wow, that is so.
yeah.
So I definitely need some guidance with that because I really want to go that route. And you did say something and it just bypassed my
Another
mind.
thing, real quick,
Yeah.
to add to that too, is like if you don't want to get a W-2, you can do 1099. So at the end of the year, you can say, let's say the business make 100K.
Okay.
To say,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna get a 1099 for myself for 40K. Boom. Now you get a 1099, and that's your personal income, right?
Right.
Makes
So
sense?
it's the same as the W-2. What's the difference? Oops.
You just have the W-2 take the taxes right away.
Oh, and the
It's
1099
like
does not.
when you work in your 9 to 5, you see your
Yeah.
pay stub, you
Right.
see all the
The all
deductions,
the deductions,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Your pay stub is gonna be like just like that when you create a W-2 from your own business. It's gonna be just like that. They're gonna take the taxes right away every week. Boom, boom, boom. You can do the pay stubs. It's up to you. You can do it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. You
All
decide.
right. Oh my God, that's so good to know. Great information. It's been nothing but gems after gems after gems. Can't stray away from, the knowledge that Along has really brought to the space. It's been great to have you here. I
Thank you.
look forward to
For
bringing
sure.
you back. Let's, stay in contact
No, for
and
sure. Let's like I say, we're here to educate the people.
right,
I know that this information is definitely needed
for
for
sure.
young entrepreneurs out there, and like people even like yourself, that's been
Right.
doing business for quite some time,
Yeah.
but didn't have anybody to actually speak on the topic. And like I say, it's very hard to scale a business without the proper information,
Yeah,
proper
for sure.
tools, or proper resources. So that's what we're here for.
Appreciate it. It takes an army, a whole neighborhood to,
Right.
build. Sometimes you think you could do it alone. You're never gonna get there.
Right.
Not
Right.
alone.
Right.
We
Right.
need these type of people that really have the knowledge and the information that we need, to really get to the next level.
For sure.
In the business atmosphere, we definitely want to have a personal podcast to talk about personal credit and what that
Yeah.
looks like for some, because like you said, right, it start with your personal. So
It
if you
is.
don't have that knowledge with the personal, then to be in the scenario of owning your own business and having your own business, you
It is. And see credit as this, right? I tell people too, like an advice. I tell people what's faster for you to save up 50K, let's say, right?
okay,
From somebody working, let's
right,
say average income in America is about 50 to
50,
55K.
yep,
That's like 1,000 a week, right? That's the average income, right? So if you're making that a year, how hard it's gonna be for you to save up 50K, right? Let's say in a year or two. It's gonna be very
it's
tough because
hard.
out of the 50, 55 that you're making is no profit. You gotta pay rent, utilities, car
Bills,
loan, everything, right? So you probably stay with nothing at the end of it.
but
How hard it's gonna be very hard, right? But now, what's a faster path to getting at least 50K, access to 50K is credit, right? A
yeah,
740, 720 credit scoring a good file, not only the credit score, but I see people getting denied with a high credit score. It's not
Really?
just the score. That's another, yeah. That's another thing. It's not just the score. It's how you build your credit file. You gotta know what accounts you gotta put in there, right?
Okay.
So, but let's say you got a good credit file and a
Right.
good credit score. You
Okay.
can get 50K on access to credit, right? So now, yeah, you don't have it saved, but you have it in access. Right? You have access to the 50K.
Okay.
So now, if I have access to the 50K, all I need is an idea to flip it. Think about it. Because at the end of the day, if I have access to the 50K, if I got a good idea, man, I can put the 50K on real estate. I can put the 50K on stocks. I can put the 50K on crypto. Let's just say yes, different investments that you can do. Now, if I find a way that 50K, I can flip it to 100K, right? Now all I got to do is like pay the man back. And I keep my 50K. I made 50K, made me another, double it.
You're doubling it.
And now you're using what the banks do. They use all the people's money to make money.
I knew that from day one. I'm like, I know for a fact this money's just not sitting there.
That's why for the day-to-day consumer out there, I tell people you shouldn't have, like, you cannot afford to have bad credit. Literally, you cannot afford, because you cannot afford to save. You don't have that much.
You don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury.
If you don't have the money to save up, at least have the credit so you can get access to the money. And now all you need is think about ideas, creative ideas that you can put the money work for you.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Oh my God.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
This is how it is.
It's great information. I cannot get out of the thought that these type of programs exist. But again, want to introduce Marlon. We're here with TMP Empire Studios. Please come check us out if you have or want any information in regards to how do we do and use the space for content, or we support up and coming fashion designers, anybody in the music industry. You want any custom work done on your apparel or your sneakers, we have those services here. We are apparel, media, and events. Please stop by and support your community. We appreciate you. Much love. Thank you for your time.
So, like I say again, it's an honor to be in here. Very grateful. So, I hope this information is a blessing for the people that's going to be hearing. That you can get a lot out of this. Obviously, this is just in 1 hour. You won't be able to implement all of this, but that's why, I provide free consultations. Right? You can find me on Marlon Credit on Instagram. Right? You can send me a DM. And then I can kind of like dive in more into your situation. If you somebody that just looking to either, buy a house with your credit, you don't have good credit, you want to fix it, you have a business, but you don't know how to get money, how to get access to capital, we can help with all of that. Don't hesitate, reach out. We're gonna leave the links in this video where you can find me on Instagram, Marlon Credit. It was a pleasure to be here in honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marlon. We appreciate you.
I want to give a special, shout out to Red Carpet and Anna, right, for the invitation, and also for the great team that they have over here at TMP Studios. It's great. You should check them out for sure. And, hopefully be here again.
It's TMP Empire.